What's going on, guys? My name's Matt, and I like to record videos on post them on YouTube. And as you can clearly see, we're in a new location. Uh, Still the same place, just a different spot. I'm sitting on the nice big comfy couch they got. I got a fire behind me. It's actually what that brick thing is behind my, behind my back here. A nice roaring fire. See that? So it's nice and warm in here. I got a television in front of me in which I have MTV and ridiculousness is on. I was honestly hoping that Crikey, it's the Irwins would be on Animal Channel, but apparently it's not on tonight. It was on all night last night, like literally every hour of last night's programming for Animal Planet was Crikey, it's the Irwins. And as much as I don't like that show as much as I would just like to watch Steve Irwin myself, uh, obviously because I like Steve Irwin, I watch his family uh, to commemorate him and his unfortunate, untimely death due to a stingray stabbing him in the chest. Little different than averagely normal, and not to say that anybody out there is really going to, give particular feedback. But if there's anything out there that anybody would like me to talk about, or any ideas for videos that you would like to see, I'm all ears. Obviously, like I'm trying to keep with what I'm doing, but I also feel like I could do more. I could make more videos, but it's one of those things where it's not that I don't want to do it, but it's like that whole idea of like, do I spend a whole bunch of time and effort to make this video that inevitably no one likes when I could just very well and very easily just simply ask, is there anything out there that anybody would like to see me do? I mean, I got fancy editing software and stuff like that, so I mean, I can actually be more in depth in the videos. I don't have to be like this where I just practically hit the start button and then I talk. Um, I'll be honest though, if you think about it, my brain is like pretty much set up for YouTube when I do YouTube because I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never said something bad or that there aren't things that maybe I should have not said or maybe I should have said differently and things like that throughout the years of me doing YouTube now. Um, but still, this odd realization that my brain can think of all kinds of different things to say. But once I sit in front of the camera and I hit the go button, there's like instantly things that I won't ever say on camera. Not to say that like things I feel and I want to say, but I'm just meaning like words and ways that people say things and stuff like that. Like I would never step out of line, you know what I'm saying? Because you know that obviously you're recording for YouTube. But it's just that idea of like I don't record multiple videos. Like I don't sit and hit the pause or start button and then I start talking and then I say something that's fucked up or something or like that I shouldn't have said and then I stop the video and I restart it. Like I don't do that. So like to get from start to finish and have never made a mistake in being as I'm going to say 99% of the videos that are on my channel were recorded the first time that I hit the start button and they ended when I hit the stop button. And I'm only saying 99% because I do know, due to an explanation I gave toward the end of last night's video, that there are unfortunate issues that sometimes I even have where I make stupid mistakes and it requires me to have to re-record a video. Um, but even knowing that, I can tell you that I've never recorded a video and then re-recorded it and said the same things or talked about the same things, you know what I'm saying? So like every time that I re-record, it's a completely different video from the first one. So even though I might have to re-record, it's not like I'm just reciting something that I literally just said. I will just talk about completely different stuff. So it always keeps it fresh and new for like through me at least. I like the reality that I just sit down and I hit start and I'll talk to you and then I end it versus having some video that you can very clearly tell that I had a very lengthy conversation and that I butcher butcheringly cut it down and edit it together to just be like a short video of like, hey, this is a small conversation I'm having with you guys, because it's like it seems so very unreal. It's what the majority of people do on YouTube. It's always cut videos and they insert little things in here and there, and it's like, dude, I don't need all this extra. I just want someone to sit down and talk to me. Like, that's what I need. So that's what I try to do. Try. And actually, I don't remember if I mentioned anything about a car yesterday or not, but I uh, had a buddy of mine who was going to be obtaining another car that was going to be nicer than the car he had, but his car he has now is still really nice. It's just, again, he's got money, so he can buy nice things when something becomes less as nice. And so naturally, knowing that I have a truck that's dying, and that I'm in need of a vehicle, and that it's obviously much harder for me to obtain a chunk of money when I can easily make payments, but you still have to obviously have some form of down payment, and then that's where the chunk of money comes in, and I'm not good with getting that. So like, it's just the he was willing to work with me. He had a um, so he had this car, and he was like, if I get this other one, um, you know, I'm gonna put mine up for sale. So if you're interested in it, I'll just sell it to you, and then you can just make payments to me or whatever, and then all's good. And I was like, all right, yeah, that'd be cool. I appreciate that, because it's a it's a 95, so it's an old car. It's an older car, but it's actually really good shape. It's like only got 60,000 miles on it, and um, it's got like no rust. It was owned by an elderly woman who took extremely good care of it. And then when my buddy got it, he just had spent a little bit of money on like making it like back to perfectly stock. Like the suspension needed a new suspension put on it, and stuff like that. So it was nothing crazy, but he put the money into it, and now he's willing to sell it to me, and so all's good. Like that's what he was like. That's where we were at. So yes, last night I think I said something in a video last night, but just simply been like, hey, look, I'm I've got this opportunity to get this car, and it'll be nice because it's actually he drives 45 minutes to work, and he's been driving that car. So it's like, if he trusted driving 45 minutes, that I would trust it to drive farther away, and 45 minutes away would put me about through halfway through my state. So that'd be pretty nice. And well, at least 45 minutes straight north of me would put me in Cleveland. So that's like the very tip. It's not the very tip, but it's at the northern center of Ohio, and so pretty much I'd be able to go anywhere that I ever would need to go in that car. And so right before I went to bed this morning, he sent me a picture, and it just said, "Well, this just happened." But it was like as I was laying down, so I didn't want to look at it because I was tired, and I was like, I need to sleep. If I physically open my eyes to look at the phone, it's gonna wake me up more. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait until I wake up. So I woke up then later, and about midway through the midway through the afternoon, and he sent me this picture. So this is the photo he sends me. I'm sorry, I know there's a glare, so it's a little bit difficult to see 100%, but you can practically easily tell that here is a broken windshield of the car that I'm about to possibly, become the owner of, leaving it to be involved in the first wreck that it's ever been in its entire life. And practically what had happened was, if you're from a non-snow bearing area, you probably are going to be learning something, and from anybody who is from around snow already knows this. It is illegal to leave snow on top of your car. Like, if it snows and there's snow on top of your car, you got to clean it off. All of it. You can't drive with snow on top of your car. And the reason for this being is when you're driving down the highway and wind is blowing at, 70 miles per hour off the roof of your truck or car, and then all of a sudden a massive chunk of ice that's been sitting on your roof decides to let go, guess who that hits? The person behind you. And that's exactly what happened to my buddy today on the highway. They were on their way home from somewhere, and big chunk of ice came off a vehicle doing about 65, went straight back into the passenger side windshield. Fortunately, my buddy's girlfriend was there and was okay. Didn't actually like do anything to her. It just, um, probably obviously skittling shit out of her. So now it's like, well, I mean, obviously it wouldn't take forever, and it's not the worst thing in the world to have to replace a windshield. But now it's just that whole idea of like, literally here it is. Like he's like, oh, yo, I'm gonna get something else, and then I'm gonna hook you up with mine, and then literally the day after we discuss me becoming the new owner of his car, the fucking windshield gets completely obliterated. So it just prolongs the time from, like, it makes it longer for me to be able to probably be able to get it, kind of thing. My truck, I'm like tiptoeing on a truck that's like, it's pretty sketchy. It could die at any moment, and so that's why I try to drive it like literally as little as possible in life. But uh, so the thought of getting a car and the idea that I might possibly get this car soon, like within a week or two, I was like, oh shit, that'd be dope as shit. Like, I'd really enjoy being able to just get in a vehicle and drive and not be able to be worried about, like, is it safe? Is it reliable? Like, it's just the idea of I'm one of those people that when I get into my feelings and stuff like that, instead of just sitting in one spot like I do practically the majority of the rest of my time, I want to, like, move, so I will get into my car or my truck if it's reliable. Just go drive. Go out in the middle of the country, drive 30 minutes south, get out in the middle where there's nothing but farms everywhere, and then it's practically just get lost. And then, get somewhere and, have no real idea where I'm at or where I'm going, and then just use my GPS to tell me how to get back to my house. And then usually then it's the point where then you start learning. I know a lot of the surrounding area in the back sections of Ohio because of the abilities that I took whilst being in my feelings. And when you have a vehicle that don't work, you can't just get in it and drive it whenever you want to, you know, and go places and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be excited to have trustworthy wheels. And then I still got to figure out what I'm going to do about my truck. Dude, I weirdest thing just came onto the television. Um, it's Paris Hilton's TV show that, honest to God, I didn't even know Paris Hilton had another TV show. She's like grown up. Like, I'm sure she's still probably too much as a person, but like, I can tell you from the person I can see on TV right now that she's not all like, hi, I'm Paris Hilton. Like, the I remember an episode of Paris Hilton, and that girl, Richie girl, what was her name? Oh God, I hated that show, but I saw it so much when I was younger. Nicole Richie, was that it? But they were like, they got put on a farm, and they were supposed to learn how to like farm and stuff, and all they realistically did in the week that they were there was make both the two sons of the farmer fall in love with both of them. They banged, like, screwed the shit out of them, and then after the week was over, they just were like, "I ain't nah," and then they left, and that was it. And then, like, that was the entire episode. It was like, "Hey, let's go to this farm and teach these girls how to put in a hard day's work," and they were just like, "Nah, it's cool. Just gonna fuck your sons and get out of here." And I was just like, this show is just like, it really makes you wonder the kind of people out there that think of like, hey, let's make good television. Oh my God. Do you know what would be great is if we put Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton together and just let them be hoes and just watch them. I just feel like you have a lot of issues in life if that's your drive to want to make a TV show after that. So It's whatever. I'm not obviously an executive, and I'm sure whoever it was that made that decision probably made pretty good money because I'm sure everybody loved that show because it was on all the time and forever. But I just, it came up in pink letters, and like, okay, so the way it works is like the television um, is messed up for some reason, and like you can only watch a channel for like 10 minutes, and then it comes up and says that it lost connection. But if you change the channel up and then come back, it's there again. So it's like it's very confusing. It makes no sense. But practically what I'd done is I had went up, but I never apparently hit the go back down button, so it was on a different channel. And when that channel came back from commercial, it opened up to a scene of a bunch of pink cars sitting in a driveway in this house. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like I said, I was watching Ridiculousness, and I was like, this doesn't look like Ridiculousness. And then at the bottom in pink letters, it said Paris's house. And I went, Paris? Like Paris Hilton? And then Paris Hilton comes on the fucking television, but she's like grown up, and she's wearing normal people clothes, like not, hey, look at my body, I'm a slut clothes. And I was, I'm just impressed. I was honestly mind blown. I went, wait, what? And then I hit the record button because I was like, this is a reaction you guys all need to see, because this is my honest reaction of seeing Paris Hilton since she was like, when I should say since I was like probably 15 years old. I have not seen this girl. For all I know, Paris Hilton was dead. Uh, but that's crazy. Okay, guys, this video is going to be a bit shorter than normal just because I feel like 30-minute videos are a bit long for most people. They don't want to spend that much time watching somebody talk about literally nothing. So, I'm going to go. Hopefully, you guys like this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe by clicking the little circle thingy over here. And if you want to watch the other videos from this year, you can click over here on this playlist that's up here. It's all the videos from this year. Thank you so much for spending your time with me on this beautiful Sunday night / Monday morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow.